things go. All right. It appears to be working. So I'm just going to give people a minute or two to join the stream if they want to. I'm going to be doing an interview with Darryl Krakowka, Mayor of Tumbler Ridge, to get an update as to what's happening on the ground right now. The other councillors are currently going out to meet people at some of the centers in Chetwynd, in Dawson Creek, and in Fort St. John. Yeah, so they are, but I will ask Darryl about that in a second. So give me a second. I'm going to turn his volume back on. Come on, thank you. There we go. And okay, so we are joined now by Darryl Krakowka, Mayor of Tumbler Ridge. Darryl, how's it going?
Hey, good yourself?
I'm doing all right. So it's been a couple days since we last spoke, and I've noticed a couple people sort of going, there haven't been a lot of updates. So what's been happening over the last 48 hours?
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. I apologize I couldn't meet with you yesterday. We are definitely updating the district website and the district Facebook page constantly, including yesterday. There's been a ton of updates sent yesterday. I don't know the number, but as we get it from the EOC and they attach it to the district website, council and myself have been sharing that to our Facebook pages as well and all other social media pages that we think people will be looking at. But for the best update information is for sure to go to the district webpage or the district Facebook page. It's mostly updated there quicker for sure.
Okay, so
I can
what's
give you an
happening?
update from this morning.
Go for it.
I can give you an update from this morning on some of the information I received for this morning. And the current size of the fire is 714 hectares, down from the 20,000 hectares that was first estimated at, which they did drop yesterday to 20,000. So it did come down a bit with better mapping of that fire. The resources on the ground in Tumbler Ridge is their 4-unit crews, 12 persons to a unit. That's attack crews assigned to the South Peace Complex. There are current 8 helicopters assigned to the South Peace Complex. The structure protection team, there's 60 people. It's continuing to work on the upper bench, 120 properties protected by sprinklers, including some district infrastructure.
Okay, perfect. So give me a sense of what it's like being in town today. I know yesterday there was a change in the wind direction, and the smoke that was choking the town on Friday has since gone away. Give me a sense of what it's like being in town. What's the mood in town? What's the how are people that are remain behind feeling at the EOC?
Yeah, thanks, sir. Yeah, so we did have a weather change with the wind pushing back, and the breeze. The light wind we were receiving was going east, pushing the fire away from Tumbler. So the smoke definitely has lifted within the community. You can see out to the Wolverine Valley and such now where you couldn't previous. So the weather is what obviously we always talk about. That's what we're dependent on, whether it be rain, making sure the wind's the right direction. We did receive some very, very light drizzle yesterday, mid morning as well as throughout the afternoon, but very light. But the humidity, I think that helped a bit with the humidity. So I know with Forest BC Wildfire Services, with that switch in the wind going east, it was safer working conditions for them to establish the work on a fire guard. I don't have the exact amount of kilometers that the fire guard they're working on as at. But they are continuing to work today at that fire guard as well with the wind, the light breeze, I should say, going east. They are continuing working on that fire guard up by Bear Hole. And the
Okay.
EOC, I'll be honest, I don't partake in EOC operations. I'm not in the EOC room. I may get a coffee in the morning when I come in for interviews and such. I do get the opportunity to sit in on Zoom updates from BC Wildfire Service, ESS. Just sit there. I am not there to speak or ask questions. That's been my involvement in the EOC. I am not partaking in it.
Yeah.
I do not have access to issue permits or anything like that. That is all done by EOC.
Okay, perfect. No, I was just wondering if you'd got any sense from them, or even just your personal opinion of, kind of. I mean, what's it like wandering around town with nobody there?
Yeah, so I'll be honest, I am not wandering around town, and neither was council. We were stationed over at the Vic Center. That's where we sat. We did go down to eat 3 times a day if we were hungry at the curling rink. When we went to eat, we were usually the last ones after EOC had eaten our fire fighters that are local, as well as all the mutual aid firefighters that have come in and the extra RCMP officers. So I haven't, to walk around town, I haven't done it. So when I leave for the evening, I leave the Vic Center and go to my house. I've had a few residents stop in to the visitor information center. We have the light chat. They suggest, they want people to know that they are here and they're, they are watering people's gardens and stuff. And again, we're definitely not wandering around the community. We've been asked to. We're on an evacuation order, and we're following that direction from our EOC.
Okay. So there's rumors starting to swirl about going back, and I know that's going to be made in conjunction with the district, with Peace River Regional District, and with BC Wildfires. But is there any update that you can provide at this time as far as thinking around that goes?
Yeah, so I know I proposed that question as well to EOC when we had our update. They're obviously they look at that as well. They are waiting for BC Wildfire Services input in regards to the fire guard and stuff like that. So there has been no talk about returning home as of yet. When that happens, the EOC will definitely be communicating that. But we have not heard, myself as the mayor or council, in regards to returning home. I know people have asked that. I've seen it. Trying to answer what I can, but at this point, there has been no communication back to us in regards to how that looks like. Trent, there's been no communication to that.
Okay. Um, so have you been paying attention? Like, have you had a chance to investigate some of the wildfire protection that's been happening up on the upper bench?
I have not. I
Okay.
have not. I have not seen it firsthand. I have seen. I believe it was Global News that BC Wildfire Services brought in. I believe yesterday. I believe they discussed it with the EOC. I'm not sure on the steps of that, but I did see a video of it. It was posted to Facebook through our website. So obviously our EOC was able to get that. That is all I've seen. I have not been. Again, I have not traveled between town hall, the visitor information center, curling rink to eat, and then home is the only places I've traveled.
Okay. Is there what do you want the people who are still out in Fort St. John and Dawson Creek and Chetwynd to know? What's sort of the message today coming from the mayor's office?
Yeah, thanks for that, Trent. We were able to receive a spot in each location in Chetwynd, Dawson Creek, and Fort St. John. So I will be having two councils attend each location in those municipalities for residents to go meet face to face and ask questions to the councilors. They do have some information with them, the stuff that we've been sharing, the stuff I've been speaking about, to be able to share that face to face with residents and take residents' questions. And if it's not part of the information they have, they'll send them back to me, and I'll forward it off to EOC, and EOC may be able to get an answer back and then that counselor would call that resident back. So that is going to be today from 3 to 5 in each community: Chatwin, Dawson Creek, and Fort St. John. On our website for the District of Tumbler Ridge and the District of Tumbler Ridge Facebook page, it does have the locations. I can read it off quickly here if I may. So Dawson Creek, it'll be the Ken Bork Aquatic Center, located next door to the OV Center. In Chatwin, it's at the District Recreation Center. And in Fort St. John, it's going to be the Pomeroy Sports Center. And that's from 3 to 5 today. There will be 2 counselors at each location.
Awesome. Yeah, that I think covers everything that I had to ask you. And so unless there's anything else that you think that people need to know from the again from your perspective. I mean, South Peace SPCA getting in there to feed cats. What are is there any other important bits of information?
Yeah, so that is one, and I was going to speak to it here when I could. Is the SPC helpline is that 1-855-622-7722, and we understand from the residents. We've seen the questions. We were waiting for the information. It does take a little bit of time for EOC to go through ops and look at those kind of scenarios. So that is the SPCA helpline, and all residents with cats left behind and stuff can call that number. My understanding from the EOC is they possibly may be coming in later this afternoon or tomorrow. They may have the opportunity to be able to pick up some of the cats, and if they do, looks like they will try. They want to meet with the owners so that they can hand off the family pet to the people that own them. But yeah, so I appreciate that. And then the other thing, and we just want to make sure it's out there too, in regards to mental health and the anxiety and the anxiousness of residents for having to evacuate on a short order. Our understanding at all ESS reception centers, there is help there for people to talk to people. So I just want to make sure that's out to our residents as well, Trent.
Okay, perfect. Actually, speaking of SPCA, there was discussion that PNG crews may have been going around town and turning off gas. Is that confirmed? Is that something that is happening? Was that just a wild rumor?
Yeah, so PNG has not, my understanding again from the EOC. So we did get an update because we asked that question. PNG has not come into town to shut off anybody's gas. My understanding there, if there is a need, and we understand that some residents haven't shut off their gas, if there is a need, in my understanding, with the information we received, there, if it's needed, we would have PNG come in and shut the community gas off, and not go to all residential or business locations, but to shut off the main valves inbound from wherever.
Okay. Any other rumors that you've been hearing that you want to stick a pin in?
Yeah, so we did hear this morning, some councils were hearing that we had no power, or power was going to be cut off. We have not heard that. That is, we all have power in Tumbler Ridge still, and stuff like that. But so I'm not sure where that came from. It may be in regards to some infrastructure with the windmills, because I know the fire did come through some of that area. But yeah, we all still have power within Tumbler Ridge. We have not heard any information about BC Hydro cutting power off to Tumbler.
Okay, yeah, the main line comes from the east, the southeast, and the fire is kind of coming in from the west northwest. So I can see, but yes, I did hear that some of the infrastructure for the wind mills have been damaged. Anything else?
That's all I have at this time, Trent.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Daryl.
You bet. Thanks, and I'll text with you later. But tomorrow at 1 should work as well.
Okay, we'll see. I'm back at my sister's house, but I'm actually staying out at a lake because we were planning on camping this weekend, anyways. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm able to do this without having my phone or just running on my phone.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Talk to you later. That was Mayor Darryl Krakowka, for those of you who don't know who he is, Mayor of Tumbler Ridge. We will be speaking to BC Wildfire Services in about half an hour to get an update from their perspective. So, see you in half an hour.